Man City at the minute are in all sorts of trouble with the Premier League, with the FA, with the financial authorities that govern football, with financial fair play. They're in a lot of trouble, and the punishments could be never ending. They could be huge. They could be expelled from the Premier League. They could get sent right down to the bottom of the Football League pyramid, a bit like the way Juventus did in Italy a while ago, and it's happened to many clubs before. And so today I thought, let's have a look and see what would happen. What would happen to the Premier League if Man City were expelled, if they just disappeared and ceased to exist in the Premier League? And we sent them right back down to the Vanarama National League North. So at the end of the video, we're also going to go and have a look and see how quickly did they return to the Premier League. Did they manage to get promoted in successive seasons straight back up, or do they end up languishing down there in League 2? So to start us off with Premier League, we'll have a look at that. You can see here, so we did swap them with Peterborough Sports in the database. I thought, you know what, let's give the smallest rep team a little chance. And yeah, bless them, 2 points. They didn't do very well. They scored 8 goals all season, including 2 against Wolves, so well done to them. But yeah, bless them, they didn't have a good season. But Chelsea did have a very good season. So Chelsea have managed to win the league with Arsenal, Liverpool and Villa coming up in 4th. Villa did really, really well there. We'll go have a sneaky peek through and like transfers and that kind of things in a bit, but we're just going to go through Premier League stages for now. So obviously Man U, Newcastle and Tottenham just below there, with West Ham down the bottom of the European spaces, that is. So in the next season then, again, Chelsea managed to win it again, with Liverpool second this time, Tottenham, Man U, Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham. Villa probably struggling with the European nights and so dropping out of Europe altogether that season. And then again, if we move on, then Chelsea won it for a 3rd year in a row. So Chelsea may be spending loads of money. Maybe they've signed some of their City players. We'll have to go and have a look. But Liverpool up there again, Tottenham up there again, Wolves doing really well. Wolves coming from 16th place in the first season, obviously drawing with Peterborough Sports, conceding twice, to then finishing in 8th the next season, and then dominating, getting up to 4th position in the Champions League spots. Again, none of this would be possible with Man City in the league, obviously, because City would almost certainly finish above them. And surely Leicester getting relegated that season. So Chelsea with 3 wins in a row. In the 4th season, Arsenal managed to win. So we have a different winner of the Premier League. Arsenal managed to win. And it's really surprised me so far that Liverpool haven't won it. Normally Liverpool and City trade the title. Maybe they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit as well. But yeah, Liverpool managed to win it. Who was this? Tottenham with 15 draws that season, still finishing 6th place. Fair play to them. Newcastle up in Champions League. Wolves, again, very decent, finishing 5th but getting a Champions League spot still. So well done to Wolves. They've done very well in this simulation. And in the final season we've seen so far, again, Wolves up in the European spots. Chelsea winning it again, 83 points this time. Done really, really well. So we go have a look at Chelsea then. They've done very well. They've got Diego Simeone at the minute as manager. We go have a look at their previous managers. It was Graham Potter up until last season, so basically got sacked for not winning the league that one season. And they brought in Simeone, who's then won the league with them again. Very, very harsh with Graham Potter there. 3 league wins, 5 cup wins, so they've done very well. We have a look at a few of their transfers over the past few seasons. So they started off bringing in Nacho and Arias and letting a few small players go. Then big fees here. So Conor Gallagher went to Brentford, Sarr went to Bayern Munich, Azpilicueta left. And they brought in João Gomez and Brahim Diaz. Then again, Antonio Silva, Goncalves. These are all decent players to bring in. They let Pulisic go for 28 million. And Ziyech to Southampton. These are all pretty realistic transfers, I'd say, for Chelsea. So maybe they've got a decent chance of winning the league soon. They let João Gomez go then, and they spent a lot of money this summer. Tyler Adams from Leeds for 60 million. Thuram, Ibanez, Caballero. And in the final season, just gone, they spent, again, over 100 million. Tielemans from Leicester, Sturridge from Man U, and they let over £100 million go. So they actually made a profit this season. Cucurella's left, Fofana's left, Diaz has gone again. Amara, again, they're making profit on most of these players, though, so they've done very, very well there. So Chelsea had a very good season. If we go have a look at some others, let's see Arsenal, obviously having just won the league. Their transfer, they still had Arteta as manager there, I just spotted. So he's still the manager at Arsenal. So they've just spent over £200 million. They've just bought Caicedo, obviously in 2027. They're currently trying to buy him now in January. Though it doesn't look like that one has gone through in the end, though I'm sure they'll keep on chasing him. They have let a bunch of players go too as well. So Verismo, Monchu, Mika Biereth's gone. Very few players that season. Maybe that was the season they actually won the league. Brought in a few players here. Mudryk from Shakhtar's gone to Arsenal. Obviously, again, they just tried to buy him. Chelsea just jumped in the way at the last minute. Unai Simon, Monchu, Any massive transfers out? Rob Holdings gone, I saw there. Nelson, Pepe, nothing crazy. And then very, very small in that first season. So there you go. So they built their way up. They built their way up to winning the league. Past winners of the FA Cup then. So we know in that first season, City. That first season, 22-23, City, even though they're in the Vanarama National North Division, almost won the FA Cup. They got to the final and lost to Tottenham. Then Chelsea won against Liverpool. Arsenal beat Tottenham. Arsenal beat Liverpool. Then Liverpool finally managed to get one against Man U. So your standard top teams, you would expect anything different there. And then in your League Cup, West Ham beat Fulham in the first season. Liverpool beat Villa, but then Villa beat Arsenal. Is Villa's manager still Steven Gerrard in this one? That's Unai Emery, so he's done very, very well with them. Chelsea beat Liverpool, and then Tottenham beat Arsenal in the final there. And the Champions League without City in it, just before we go have a look at City. So City in that first season, they were still in the Champions League, and they managed to come second again, so they had a really disappointing first season there. Real Madrid beat PSG, Chelsea beat Real Madrid, and Barcelona have done the double. They've retained it the last 2 seasons, so well done to Barcelona. Very well there. So this is the bit you have been waiting for. Let's go see how City have done over the past few seasons. You can see here, Guardiola is still their manager, Laporte is their captain. They brought in a guy called Herrera as their vice-captain. Foden is still there, and then their hot prospect is a new guy called Scott Guest. So if we go over and look and see how their players have done. You can see here, they have come first in this championship. So I can confirm, if we go over and look at the general history, they have been promoted back-to-back. So they won the National League North, they won the National League, they won League 2, they won League 1, and they've just finished first in the championship. If we go over and look at the season, the final table, they've just finished first, losing 1 match to Reading. They've got 105 points, so they've absolutely dominated the championship. Them and Sheffield United both doing really, really well. But yeah, Man City just clear winners there. Let's go over and see how they've done over the past few seasons. So in their first season in the National League North, they went unbeaten that entire season. They drew through 3 matches, managed to win by, that's about 50 points. They were ahead of Fylde in second, who didn't actually manage to get promoted. Chorley did instead of them. But yeah, they absolutely dominated the National League North. Then the next season, again, they did manage to go unbeaten. They did get beat once by Solihull Moors, but they got 133 points. They only conceded 9 goals. And they absolutely dominated again, 43 points ahead of Wimbledon, who also got promoted. Then into League 2, and they got 129 points, lost 1 match, conceded 17 goals this time, so they are slowly getting pegged back, but it's a very, very slow again. Almost 50 points in it between them and Crawley, who also got promoted. So let's go have a look at League 1. In League 1, they got 128 points. They lost 2 matches. First time they lost 2 matches in a season to Salford and Cambridge. But again, almost 50 points in it, absolutely dominated. And then in the Championship last season, they finished first again, losing 1 match to Reading, 105 points to 90. So Sheffield United did come, pushing the closest they've possibly come so far, but they are now back in the So next season, Brentford, Leeds and Burnley have all been relegated, and we go back down to the Championship. Then you can see here that City, Sheffield United and Middlesbrough have all been promoted, so City are going to be back in the Premier League. And the big question is, can they win it? If you want to see if City can win the Premier League when they're back in their first season, then let me know in the comments down below, and I'll make sure I get another season simulated, and we'll see how City do. Thanks for watching.